Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective. Happy Wednesday. It is Self-Care Wednesday. I meant to pull the decks that I was going to use today and completely forgot, but here we go. Mindfulness. Mindfulness, and I think we'll do the Daily Magic Alchemical Thought cards. I like these too. I'm going to do these to wait for people to come on, but it's Self-Care Wednesday. And I have some things I'll share that I read this morning and yesterday. And it's really going to, I think, focus a lot on self-love, right? It's focusing a lot on self-love. So let's get rolling. Let's see what we got here. See if anything wants to pop out at us or if I just shuffle and pull. Let's see. It's being stubborn today. Stubborn. So how is it? Ooh, there's one there. That's all you gotta say. Whenever you tell someone they're being stubborn, they just suddenly like, no, I'm not. There we go. There's another one. So how is everyone today? I hope everyone's week is going well and everyone's doing well. That one. Yeah, I wish you could have seen that. That one just flew. Thank gosh I got stuff over there, because otherwise it would have flown right off my desk. So, baby sibling, good morning. Happy hump day. Hump day, hump day, hump day. You guys will all notice I only do that when she's on. So, you know. Okay. So this is the card that flew across, and it says absolutely nothing. Oh my god, I'm dying. Absolutely nothing. Okay, I'm not sure. I mean, they're the alchemical cards, right? It's this little deck. I love this little deck. But yeah, maybe it's saying absolutely nothing. It's a thought card, right? So think of absolutely nothing. If you need to clear your mind, clear your brain, clear all the stuff. You are a soul living in a flesh temple made of stardust, riding a rock through space. Don't sweat the small stuff. You're a pure magic and mystery. I do. She loves when I do that. I do. Hump day, hump day, hump day, hump day. Yeah, we are, just think of your body as like a container, right? It's a container. It's a container for your soul and your being. And I know not everybody believes that. So, just take it with a grain of salt if you don't. All right. You live in the quantum field of all possibilities. Now act like it. I like that. You live in the quantum field of all possibilities. Now act like it. And what it's saying is, we spend so much time thinking about all the bad stuff, what can go wrong, what has gone wrong. But how about we focus on the good stuff, right? I mean, I know that not every day is going to be this, not every day is going to be a cherry on top kind of day, right? But here's the thing. How we deal with it is what kind of sets the tone. Right? So if you have the tools and you have a bad day, you have the tools to kind of pick yourself up and go, okay, whew, I'm out. Or you have the tools to kind of redirect your day. But I think what this is getting at is that we say, well, I wish I could have this, or I wish I could have that, or how come I don't have this, or how come I don't have that? But it's all about, like it says, you live in the quantum field of all possibilities. Now act like it. If there's something that you want, this or something better, remember what I told you with intentions, praying, or manifestation, this or something better. So you give your higher power, you give your source, the universe, whoever that you turn your faith to, you give them the energy to, create it for you. Good morning, Randy. So let's see. Life changes when the way you perceive things changes, or changing your perception changes your life. So there you go. Life changes when the way you perceive things changes. Then you turn it upside down. Dun, da, 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 and changing your perception changes your life. All right. So, all right. My brain, yesterday was an interesting perspective. My brain has been a little wackadoodle lately. So, I've been trying to kind of the thoughts are going a mile a minute and in every different direction. So, I don't think this will be a very long perspective, but I do want to get to the mindfulness cards beforehand. So there we go. The mindfulness cards, they were from my cousin Jeannie a couple birthdays ago. So let's see. And then I'll get to what I have written down in the book. Believe it or not, I want to get her while she's still on. one of the quotes is actually from Baby Siblings Planner yesterday, and I absolutely loved it. And I thought, oh my gosh, this will be great for Self-Care Wednesday. So that's what we're doing. All right. Well, we're getting some pretty good ones. All right, one more shuffle and we'll see what happens. I am 100% amazed that I can actually shuffle these tiny little bad boys. So, oh, okay, well, there you go. There you go. Okay. Let's gather these little ones up. Let's see what we got. Solo date. We've had this one before. Every so often we're lacking in love for ourselves. Set a date in which you organize all things you love to do. Treat yourself to your favorite food, drinks, and activities. It is important to foster a positive relationship with ourselves and treat ourselves with love and kindness. So I'm still relatively busy this week, but I thought next week, I got a gift card to a really cool, I don't know if it's vegetarian or vegan, but whichever one it is, it's called Rudabagores, and I love this place. And I got a gift card for my birthday, so I was thinking I'm going to take myself on a solo date there. But I didn't call it a solo date; I just called it a date because I'm already running solo. But yeah, I thought that'd be fun, right? Just bring a book, bring a journal, just. You know, good morning, baby bear. Oh, wow, I got everybody on this morning. I'm so excited. So again, every so often we are lacking in love for ourselves. Set a date in which you organize all things you love to do. Treat yourself to your favorite food, drinks, and activities. I cannot read today. It is important to foster a positive relationship with ourselves and treat ourselves with love and kindness. It is. A lot of times I catch myself in negative self-talk, and I'm getting so much better at that. But getting better at it does not mean I'm good at it, because I'm getting better at it. So, you know, if you feel yourself doing the negative self-talk, just, if you catch yourself, just quickly try to say, you know what? No. I will not listen to the lies in my head. So, practice growth mindset. Your mindset can fall into one of two different categories, fixed or growth. A fixed mindset believes that a person's qualities, intelligence, and talents are not changeable. A growth mindset is based on that It's based on the belief that your basic qualities are things you can cultivate through your efforts. Spend one day using the word yet whenever you are ready to say you cannot do something. Oh, that's a good one. Add the word yet on the end and you will be able to be more mindful about improving and developing your skills. So if you say, oh, I can't do 19 repetitions yet. All right, yet. I know I was watching Snapchat this morning and getting totally motivated by the Tucson peeps, right? That work out in their backyard. It's like, holy crap, it's like 18. I mean, just thinking about it made me sweat. But yeah. So and it was funny because they talked about the obstacle course between kids and dogs. And boy, I've experienced the obstacle course with kids and dogs. It's like, oh, and then you got to dodge cats too. So definite cardio. So again, practice that growth mindset. You know, which category do you want to fall into? Fixed or growth. Oh, that's right. I forgot to mention that part. That's all while she was doing dinner, which is why she had the obstacle course. So that's some multitasking right there, sister. So yeah, again, fixed mindset believes that a person's qualities are not changeable. A growth mindset proves that it is. So just add yet. You know, if you're, and it can be on anything, right? If you have an intention, you know, maybe there's something big that you want. You know, I don't have that yet. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to be like, oh man, I really wanted that thing and I don't have it yet. Right? Because that way you're kind of you're taking the period off that sentence instead of the universe hearing and giving back to you nothing. It's going to say, oh, okay, I'm in a holding pattern. But we'll see what we can do, because now it's gone from a period to an ellipsis, right? With the little 3 dots. I think that's what they're called. My brain. I'm telling you, my brain. And you know what though? I'm so, okay. I know this is going to sound weird. But it's Self-Care Wednesday. And this is how I feel. It's the growth mindset that I'm sitting in, because normally it would be like, oh God, my dignity mental health, which it is, and this and that. But you know what? I was literally about to say out loud before that little, pre thing there. I love my brain. My brain comes up with some pretty fantastical things. And I'm sitting there like, wow, And I don't know if it's because I have addicted mental health or because I love to write and I love to be creative. And, but literally, it was just about to fly out of my mouth that I love my brain. So I guess that's the growth mindset, because for a long time, I really hated my brain. I hated that it just really kind of seemed to betray me at every turn. And it's just like, fuck, seriously? No, I can't do this. But even yesterday I had to pause for a moment and just, I had my face in my hands, rubbing my hands. I was like, oh my God. It's like a total anxiety moment. But then, I regathered myself and kept moving on with the show. So, but I also don't like to hide that, because part of the Aloha Perspective is being honest about our mental health, and you don't have to have indignant mental health to have a bad day or to have the blues or to have shitty things, go on in your mind. It happens. To me, indignant mental health just means it's harder to recover if you don't have a normal brain, and there are people who have like severe diagnosis, and I'm grateful I don't have that. I'm grateful that even though my depression label is pretty, blah, I always know it can always be worse. So I'm grateful for where I'm at. But, yeah, look at me falling in love with my brain. So anyways, feeling your feelings. So Ian just felt my feelings. Feeling your feelings. When you're feeling bored, sad, irritated, angry, or frustrated, give conscious but relaxed attention to that emotion. Recognize the feeling as if you were watching an outsider. This can diffuse negative emotions and help you reach a calm and peaceful place. Right? So, one of the things that's like that, that's like, okay, this is what I mean by my brain's all over the place. My sentences are just stupid. But, the way I see this is when it says, look at yourself as if you're an outsider. A lot of times we'll look at people and we'll see them struggling. And we have this compassion and this empathy for them, right? Maybe they're crying, maybe they're, you can see they're frustrated or angry, and we're like, man, I hope they feel better. But why don't we give that compassion to ourselves, right? That's what self-care is. It's about doing, it's about looking at somebody else and having that same compassion and empathy, for you. And giving yourself that grace that you would give other people if they were struggling, not just losing their shit for no reason, but, and I really don't think some people lose their shit for their own reason. We talked about this yesterday, right? Hurt people hurt people. But there are hurt people that choose to get better. There are hurt people that choose a better path, that choose, going into a better life, because they don't want to keep living in this holding pattern of pain and sadness and ickiness and blah, right? They want to have that growth mindset, not just be fixed in a certain spot where they're stuck. We always talk about feeling stuck, but who keeps us there? We do. I was talking with baby sibling a couple weeks ago, and I'm all like, yeah, I'm going back to therapy. Why are you going back to therapy? Or, I think she was just worried. She did not say why, but, like, oh, why? Is it, are you okay? Blah, blah. It's like, yeah, I feel stuck. I feel like I just can't move forward, and I don't know why. Now, in the interim of that conversation, and in the interim of waiting for my therapy appointment, which is next month, because I already had one this month, so that was my intake. So next month I go. I've kind of started figuring it out. For my birthday, one of my cousins my cousin Trez gave me this book called A Journey Within. And it's an introspective activity journal to help you get to know yourself better. And it's asking all the right questions. The very first question it asks, describe the road you're currently traveling and how the quote on this page speaks to you and your present situation. And the quote is, it's your road and yours alone. Others may walk it with you, but no one can walk it for you. And that's from Rumi. I love Rumi. And I thought about that, and I'm like, whoa. I said right out of the gate, this thing is just like punching my brain going, yeah, let's do this. Let's think about this. So it's about feeling your feelings, recognizing your feelings. That is one of the biggest things in self-care and self-love. is, feeling these feelings, giving them a little bit of space, and instead of holding on to them and letting them grow roots, you're letting it pass through you. Let it pass through you. Don't let it sit there and fester. You may hold on to it for a little bit while you try to figure it out, because maybe you don't realize you're having these feelings, right? But don't hang on to it. Let it pass through. That doesn't mean it's not going to make a U-turn and come back. But what it means is that you're not giving it so much attention that it is growing roots inside of you. And then it becomes this uncontrollable weed that starts to choke everything else around you. There are pretty weeds and there are destructive weeds. Okay? Don't let those little wildflowers get killed by the destructive weeds. All right? So, the weeds of your soul. Your soul. Sorry, I have no idea where that came from. Older sibling says, your brain has given us some great times. My brain right now, I think, is giving everybody a good giggle, because I was just like, whoa, give me your soul. Just kidding. Anyway, be present. I'm gonna gotta stop, or I'm gonna make myself laugh through the rest of this. Be present. Being present in the moment goes hand in hand with mindfulness. A good way to start practicing being present in the moment is to stop comparing the present with the past and to focus on what's good now. It might be as simple as being grateful for your morning coffee or the good weather. It could also be as simple as focusing your attention on a task you're doing. Repeat this affirmation. I am exactly where I need to be right now. I'm exactly where I need to be right now. I love that quote. I love it. There was a quote I saw the other day that I wrote in my journal, and here it is. It was in this journal. I think it was in this journal. Yes. It's still on the first page. So the universal moment of wisdom. I read this yesterday, but I'm going to read it again. And I really want you to think about this when it comes to being present. So again, repeat this affirmation. I'm exactly where I need to be right now. It is a journey. No one is ahead of you or behind you. You are not more advanced or less enlightened. You are exactly where you need to be. It's not a contest, it's life. We are all teachers and we are all students. We are all teachers and we are all students. All right. So, like I said, when I had my big birthday, I kept thinking, oh man, I'm so behind, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's doing this, everyone's doing that. And I thought, and here I am. Accomplishments aren't about how many degrees we have. Accomplishments are, have we lived this life while getting these degrees? And I'll tell you, there are people that spend all this time in school and they don't appreciate the life around them. And that's okay. That's their thing because they have a goal. But then there's also some of us who just, we kind of are so fixated on our pain and our past and everything that we get stuck there. And that was me. I got stuck there for a long time. I did not know how to move. And then when I did know how to move forward, I didn't think I deserved to move forward. So then I had to fix the lies in my brain about that. And then when I was able to move forward and figured, okay, I deserve to move forward, when good things started to happen to me, I would literally throw a match on it and set it ablaze because it's like, nope, that shouldn't be happening to me. That I don't deserve that. So I have been self-sabotaging for basically my entire life. It's like I carry kindling in one pocket and a box of matches in the other. And when I left my 40s a few weeks ago, I'm like, fuck this. I'm leaving this shit behind because I can't do this anymore. I want that growth mindset. I don't want that fixated mindset or that fixed mindset. I want to know I can grow. And the biggest hurdle and obstacle I had to get past was where I was at in life and what I was doing. And I have to tell you, I had my big birthday party this last weekend with my family. Oh, and Baby Bear, baby sibling did give me your hug. So thank you. And I send one back. I can't tell you how many people actually just on the side told me, I love your show. I watch it, I watch it. Some of them watch it every day. I had no idea. They just watch it later in the day. Some of them watch it at night. Some of them watch it, but a lot of people don't come on live. So I thought, well, maybe it's just my usuals. And when I got that feedback, I was like, wow, and I almost quit. I did almost quit. And as you can see from the last couple of weeks, I've been teetering on the edge of just walking away from it. And I thought it was maybe my mental health, but I thought, well, am I really making a difference? And that's where the depression was coming from. Am I really making a difference? Am I doing this show and sometimes repeating different lessons because I think, it comes into my head and I think, okay, this is what needs to be said today. But it made me decide to keep going. Like this morning, I'm like, yeah, I really don't want to get out of bed this morning. I don't want to do anything. I don't. But, with 20 minutes to showtime, I'm up, I'm brushing my teeth, I'm washing my face, I'm putting on very little makeup because I just don't have the mental strength today to put on a lot of makeup. In fact, I think my eyebrows are uneven. I know. I only put my eyebrows on because I noticed when I do the show, you can't see them. Because, the lights just flash me out. But then I thought, no, it's time. I really have to do this. So I'm doing my best to get back in the saddle. I'm hoping that by next Monday, having taken care of my brain and everything, we'll be back to the self-awareness cards, the second half of the self-awareness cards. Oh, my baby cousin Kyle is on. That's my peanut. That is sincerely my peanut. Okay, I have to. Thank you, baby bear. I have to sidetrack for a second because my little peanut is on. I say my little peanut, but he's I can't tell you how old he's going to be because it's not my story. But anyways, he's significantly younger than I am. And I remember when he was born, his parents lived pretty far, but I lived pretty close, so I'd spend a lot of nights there just hanging out and giving the good vibes. And, I got to see a lot of his firsts because he was born a little early. First hair, first bath, first hair wash, just all these little things. I couldn't hold him because he was a preemie, so they wouldn't let me. But I probably would have been afraid I'd break him anyway. But I mean, when baby sibling had her babes, it's like, here, you want to hold them? It's like, oh my God, they're still so tiny. No. But anyways, older sibling, you're saying sound familiar, but I kind of lost. I got lost there. But anyways, so thank you guys for literally all your support and for watching this whenever you watch it, or if you accidentally happen upon this video, So again, continuing, last card, and then we're going to get to the book and then we'll be done. Set your intentions. Before getting out of bed in the morning, set your intentions for the day. Set achievable, realistic goals and mindfully complete them. By the evening, you will feel more fulfilled having consciously achieved small goals. Even if, so this is coming from a place of mindfulness, of somebody who I think likes to teach mindfulness, but probably doesn't suffer from a dinged up mental health. So I'm going to add this. If you get out of bed, that's still an accomplishment. Okay? Because there are a lot of people out there with very debilitating, mental health. Like I said, I'm lucky that I'm not quite there. I only have one diagnosis. I don't have multiples. And multiples can really, just thinking about the day can exhaust you, and I've had those moments where my depression has been so icky that it's really kind of just exhausted me. But I like I said, I'm getting back in the saddle. But here's one. I am here. I got this. Okay, see, I got this from meditation. Affirmations. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be healthy. And may I be at peace. Those are good affirmations to start with. The Reiki principles. Just for today, I won't be angry. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will be grateful. Just for today, I will do my work diligently. And just for today, I will be kind to all living things. I wake up with those every morning. That's what I say, and I've added these two. The last one is, I am here, I am blessed, and I am welcoming this day with excitement. There's a world of possibilities all around me. I am ready. It doesn't always have to be about list making, okay? Because sometimes when you do struggle with anxiety or depression or all this stuff, making a list and not completing it can actually make you feel pretty shitty. My lists used to do that until I realized my lists are just a guideline now. It's like, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do today, but let's see if I get to it. And sometimes I know, yesterday, after my show, I crawled back in my pajamas for a little bit, and then, older sibling and I had errands. But then maybe when we got home, crawled back in my pajamas and I just vegged the rest of the day. I literally ended up going to bed last night at 7:30. Yeah, I slept until 4:30 this morning. So, and I knew I needed it. There was just a lot of exhaustion. There was a lot happening this weekend. There was just a lot of stuff going on. So, sorry. So yeah. All right, let's get to the last part of the self-care that I wanted to talk about. And this really is about the self-love. Oh, okay. So I said, older sibling says, sound familiar? She was talking about my eyebrows. But yeah, I know it's like, I swear I did this one, but I think it's because the lights are shining right on me. But anyways, this one came from Baby Sibling's planner. And I fell so in love with it that the minute I read her list yesterday, I was like, oh, I'm writing this down. This has got to be a thing. So, love yourself when you're tired. Love yourself when you're weak. Love yourself when you're confused. Love yourself when you're broken. And love yourself until you're restored. So, oh, baby bear was up late last night. Oh, I remember my parents had quite a few nights up late with science projects, but they usually got me in trouble because I am a class A procrastinator and I'm working on that. So, but anyways, I'm going to read this again. Love yourself when you're tired. Love yourself when you're weak. Love yourself when you're confused. Love yourself when you're broken. And love yourself until you're restored. If that's not an anthem for self-love and self-care, I don't know what is. Because it is literally telling you, don't just love yourself when you're doing great. Love yourself when you feel like you were at your lowest. Love yourself when you feel like you were at your weakest. Love yourself when, maybe you're feeling completely mentally drained and incapacitated and you're just like, I can't do this. Because a lot of times we'll say these things. A lot of times we'll feel tired. A lot of times we'll feel like we're not at our strongest. We'll feel confused and a little bewildered. We'll feel broken. And, when we have these feelings, we get into our heads that we don't deserve that love. Because, well, I feel this way because, this didn't happen, so that must mean I deserved it. No, you don't deserve it. Life can be shitty, all right? Let's just be honest. Life can be fucking shitty. But again, being positive doesn't mean bad things are going to stop happening. Being positive means we figure out a way to climb out of that hole before we dig deeper, before we make it so deep that we can't climb out. And that's the whole point, right? Remember, it's like that story that I told you about. Oh, thanks, Kyle. So, again, one more time. Love yourself when you're tired. Love yourself when you're weak. Love yourself when you're confused. Love yourself when you're broken. Love yourself until you're restored. And then you know what? Keep loving yourself. Just never stop loving yourself. Never stop giving yourself that compassion, that empathy. Loving yourself is the grace that you deserve. Loving yourself is the support that you need. When even though you may have 5 million family members or friends going, it's going to be okay. We love you. We're here for you, blah, blah, blah. They can say that all day long, and that's great. But you cannot just solely depend on their love to get you through. You have to figure out how to love yourself. I spent far too many years hating myself. I spent far too many years, like I said, good things would happen. I throw a match right on it, and it would just watch it go ablaze. And for what? Because I didn't think I deserved something, because maybe someone treated me badly, or maybe bad things happened to me when I was younger. I didn't make those things happen. I mean, the bad people, some of the boyfriends not being the best, that was my fault because I didn't know how to walk away. And I take responsibility for that. And, I take sorry, my nose is running. And so, and I take responsibility for trying to squeeze love out of people that probably just wasn't meant for me. And then being bitter about it later. Yeah, I do bitter well. I do bitter really well. I could write a book on being bitter, but I don't want to because it does nothing for us. It does absolutely nothing for us. I have stifled my own growth for a good 40 plus years. And I've hidden behind excuses. I've hidden behind procrastination. I've hidden behind a lot of different things. And that's what I do not want for everybody watching this now or later. Do we struggle? Yes. Do we have pain? Yes. Is life gonna send shitty things at us? Yes. Is it gonna hurt real bad? Yeah. It is. And believe it or not, we'll recover. Take the time. Give yourself the grace. Give yourself the empathy. Know that even in your lowest point, when you do not feel loved, you are loved. And then remind yourself that, hey, I may not be feeling at my hottest right now, but I know I need to learn how to love myself. And, there's a lot of complaints I've had over the years. And I mean, poor baby sibling has heard, she has heard me so many times talking about how lonely I can be because, you just want to fall in love with someone, right? You want that special person to be in your life. But I think for a long time, I was looking for that for the wrong reasons. I couldn't figure out how to love myself. So I was hoping maybe someone else could do it for me. And then slowly but surely, I started focusing in on this. I started doing, more focus on self-love on the show. I did the 30 lessons of self-love back in, I think, November and December, and or October, November, whatever, last year. So at the end of last year. And for the first time, after having done it so many times, I started really listening, and I started really kind of getting into that. And this time, instead of just talking, I really listened. There were some shows where it's like, boy, I would have it in my head like, whoa, that came out of my mouth. So I'd rewatch the show and I listen. So you guys are not the only ones that are getting some lessons here. I am too. So the last but not least, and then I will let you go. Nobody wants to tell you why discipline is so important. Discipline is the strongest form of self-love. It is ignoring current pleasure for bigger rewards to come. It's loving yourself enough to give yourself everything you've ever wanted. Now, the first thing that ran through my mind when I thought discipline was my emotional eating. And I just reread this now. And, I wrote this down, right? I read it, I wrote it down, but it wasn't until I was reading it now that I realized it's ignoring current pleasure for bigger rewards to come. Because I know I need to focus on my health. I don't want to die. I got a long time. Okay. I'm not going to sit there and heal the first half of my life just to go kaput the second half. So, like at the beginning of the second half. So ignoring current pleasure is a lot of times we will focus in on bad habits and bad behaviors because we don't want to deal with whatever pain is coming. And so in my personal opinion, and this is completely my opinion because I've done this, I will do something that will make myself feel equally bad so that I'm in control of that feeling, not somebody else, not what somebody else did to me, not what someone else said to me. I'm the only person that gets to hurt me. I'm the only person that gets to make myself feel bad about myself. And that is definitely not the fucking way to go. Seriously not the way to go. It's not. We are born with all these gifts just waiting for us to discover them. But the biggest one is love and is self-love. We're not born so people can hate us. We're not born so we can have bad, shitty things happen to us. And they might. Maybe we're carrying something through I believe in past lives, but maybe we're carrying something through from a past life that needs to be fixed in this one. I've fixed all my crap. I have. I fixed it all before I turned 50. And I'm sure there might be a thing here or a thing there that tweaks its ugly head, and I will fix that too. Like one of those little, what's that little game where you hit the little mole that comes, the whack-a-mole. Pow. So anyways, I would not do that in real life, okay? But the game is fun, and I completely suck at it. But no, we're born with the ability to accept love. And over time, sometimes there are people who do it so like water, right? They just flow through it. And there's other people that struggle. Maybe life has been hard, or maybe things have been said to you that may have hurt you. Maybe you're a little more sensitive than other people. I'm very sensitive. And, not so much anymore, but I was growing up because I had a lot going on. And my parents were always wonderful to me. Boy, I tell you, my birthday, I really hope my dad understood how important he is in my life and how grateful I am, because I've met some people and I know some people that struggle. And, I'm grateful for that. But even that, sometimes I'd be like, well, why are you doing this? Why are, you didn't have to do this for me. It's like, well, you're my daughter. It's like, and I'm using that as an example because I see parents with their kids. Well, you didn't have to do that. Well, you're my kid. And I think our parents should be the people or our family, our sisters, our siblings, our brothers, I think we should be able to go to other people to, maybe remind us about that love. So don't be afraid to be honest with someone. Say, you know what, are you practicing your self-love? Or are you practicing your self-sabotaging? And maybe not everybody rolls in that way. I definitely have to. I have to. I have to have people be so 100% honest with me and then remind myself, hey, you gave them carte blanche, so don't get angry when they tell you what you need to hear. I will always tell you what you need to hear. I will not tell you what you want to hear. And sometimes that gets me in trouble. It's gotten me in trouble before. So sometimes I just need to shut up, because maybe it'll come up later. You don't get to pick the time when you tell somebody else. It's up to them. And when they're ready, then you can share. But when it comes to ourselves, we have to find a way to be disciplined in that self-love. We have to find a way to be disciplined, like, we'll just say like some kind of ninja warrior, right? You see something bad coming your way and you're like, I'm just going to, chop this little bad idea in half, or this bad thought. I'm going to just throw a magic spell at it and tell it to dissipate. And it might hit you. The little bit of the shards of whatever glass you've just broken may hit you a little bit. And it may sting. But what you need to do is just remind yourself that you are lovable. You are loved. You are loving. People like to make fun of, like the self-love and the self-care. And I think a lot of times that's just because they struggle with it themselves. And we owe ourselves these things. We owe ourselves the opportunity to find this treasure within ourselves. Because when we have complete self-love, we can look at the rest of the world and it benefits. Your relationships will benefit from it. Your friendships will benefit from it. Quite possibly your family relationships will benefit from it. Or if it's a really tense situation, you will realize, I don't need to put up with this. I'm allowed to walk away. You don't have to put up with other people's bad behavior. But because you have that self-love, you realize that you deserve better. And you do deserve better. We're all on this planet and we all deserve beautiful things. We all deserve to be happy. And once we understand that there's enough love and joy and everything to go around for everyone, we stop worrying about where it's going to come from, how it's going to come from. It helps us heal. Healing's a hard part. When you're hurting and you're just not in a good place, it can be hard to find that self-love, but that's when we need it the most. All right. So that's what I'm going to finish with. I'm going to finish with baby siblings quote. All right. Love yourself when you're tired. Love yourself when you're weak. Love yourself when you're confused. Love yourself when you're broken. And love yourself until you're restored. And then keep loving yourself. So, all right. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. Tomorrow will be Things to Think on Thursday, which means I have to put my brain to good use and start to think of things to think on Thursday. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day today. Again, I'll be back here tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Facebook Live. All lives are public, so anybody can watch under Shelley Marie Lucas, or you can catch the replay on YouTube under the Aloha Perspective, or I do have a Facebook page that you can go and like. You can like in either one of them, YouTube or the Facebook page, also called the Aloha Perspective. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll probably see it there. Again, currently, because I'm not doing the awareness cards, I haven't done a TikTok in a while. I probably should, but I haven't. But anyways, Baby Bear, you have a great day too, and hugs and love to you as well. Thank you so much for popping on this morning, and I hope you get some rest. I hope you get some sleepy time, having stayed up super late. So again, I'll see everybody tomorrow. Please, it's Self-Care Wednesday. Please, please, please learn to start taking care of yourself. Every day should be self-care. Every day should be self-love. Have a great day, everyone, and thank you so much for watching.